feel free.
Thank you.
Okay, Tony.
I don't think you'd want that.
I don't want your handbag, no.
There's nothing in it.
No good for me. Afternoon, everyone. Mayor and councillors, and Tony Smail, CEO of Canterbury Rugby, and thank you for the opportunity to speak and probably give a wider context to our submission. Rugby is one of the larger community sports in the province, with 14,000 participants through winter on its sports fields. Sport is a priority investment for the city. All of the benefits of sport on health systems, wellbeing, community engagement, inclusivity need to be constantly reinforced and invested in. Despite what the media may say, sports are growing, and rugby has seen 2 years of growth in teenagers and increased senior players this year. The long-term plan has an operational spend of 5% on sport and recreation, and given the financial constraints, we're very thankful of that. Operationally, it is just scratching the surface on the majority of grounds that the community of sport are seriously needing work done, just to get them up to an average standard. So as a sport, we're having to prioritise with other sports each year on which grounds are priority to get some advancement, but it doesn't deliver advancement on the overall issue that our grounds are losing traction on their quality. This year we had lack of water at the start of the year, meant we had to cancel our planned rugby start at the end of March on Burnside Park. It's a major ground in summer and winter. The grounds are actually unsafe too hard. It's since found to be a watering system problem that isn't even working. Mm-hmm. There's serious neglect on our sports fields and their functionality, to the point we are unable to offer participants what they want: good grounds and good lights for winter. We have neither. The long-term operational plan has a spend of 5%, but the capital spend is only 2% on sport and recreation. It needs to be consistent at 5%. We can't go further backwards. Many of our facilities on the parks are prehistoric in their nature and need modernised, if not restored. So that's my request from today: increased investment in the capital plans for sport and recreation. I acknowledge there's some difficult choices for you, and I appreciate that rugby has had assistance post-earthquake with stadiums, but they are professional-based sport decisions, and I'm talking about community sport and the voters and a declining sports field quality network. That said, if you're going to invest in major facilities, you will need a fund to bring events here, so I would be supportive of that increasing. My children have lost a decade of international and national events. It'd be bloody nice to bring them back. Thanks again for the opportunity, and happy to answer any questions.
Yep, Tyler, mate.
G'day, Tony. How you going? I'm in the big screen.
G'day.
Hey, I'm just wanting to know, are there any fields in particular that need addressing immediately?
Yeah, so we work with Andrew and the other sports every year, just kind of started in the last year, so we're prioritising those immediate ones to get them done. That's the issue. The immediate ones are being sorted, but there's a whole list behind it.
Okay, cool. And Mr. Mayor, is anyone else asking questions? I got one more.
Yeah, there's a couple more. Sorry, Tim, then Yanni.
Yep, nice.
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much for your submission. You know, you're not the only sport that's under pressure with regards to your football as well. We've got the same pressures as any other business. You know, you can imagine what our insurance costs are with everything we own. I'm just wondering, at some point, would there be a discussion about philanthropic supporting your organisation working with council rather than council, because our funding base is telling us, as the previous speaker just said, more and more pressure under the rising rates. Our costs are going up, everyone's costs are going up, so something's got to change. The model's not going to work. So is there a point in time, do you see, where we can work with you, because we can't go after sponsorship as you can? So what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, absolutely open to that. And I was sat here with football a couple of years ago talking about artificials, and they are now in the plan, which is awesome. But our mindset is they are co-funded, so we are absolutely open to try and solve the issue.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Tony. Cheers.
Good on you. Yanni, please.
Thank you. I was just interested. Appreciate you've got some immediate work underway, but what is the? Are there priorities in terms of the medium term or the after the intermediate specific fields that you'd like us to consider?
We haven't gone into that nature. We do an annual audit of all the fields with council, and then currently we are sitting with council and the other sports prioritising the money that we have as to which fields are being upgraded across all sports. So if there was further money, we would further go into those sports. So it's an overall generic issue.
Right. I guess I'm just struggling to know, based on your submission, if we wanted to support you with some field improvements, how we would work out what fields.
So we would. I can do that happily with rugby, but equally at the moment we're doing it across all the codes. So it's
Thank you.
could.
That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Good on you. Thanks for coming in.
All good.
Okay, Barbara, please.